In this episode, we're not getting shipped away anywhere, but we're gonna tell you when the best time to visit Thailand is.
And we visited Thailand in every season and almost every month in the year. We also visited so many regions, so we have a lot of experience. And we almost died. At that point, to me, it seemed like we're gonna die. And now we're gonna share everything we learned with you.
We've really seen a lot. The general best time to visit Thailand is from November, December, in the last years more December to March, but of course it's complicated because Thailand is a big country, so
it kind of depends on the regions.
Yeah.
But before we go into weather by regions, we're gonna tell you about main seasons, which are dry and cool, hot and humid, and rainy season. Dry and cool season is the best season. It's from November to February, and this is when it's generally dry. The temperatures are cooler, although it's still very warm, 20 to 30 degrees, and this is the best time for beach activities and outdoor activities as well.
Next up is the hot season. It runs from March to May, and beyond being hot, the biggest problem is the humidity, and it's going to be super high, which means 35 degrees Celsius plus the high humidity. Not a fun time. So exploring cities and anything to do outside, take breaks during the day.
Matej has the best experience with this because every time we were in this season, his t-shirts were completely wet. He also had a backpack on, but like everything was just drenched in sweat.
I'll confirm.
I almost said drenched in snow. And last, rainy season. This is the worst season for everyone. It's from June to October. And although it doesn't rain every day and not all day, there's still like sunny days, but it can also be a lot of rain at once and many days in a row, which we experienced in Phuket and Krabi. And it's not nice. The showers, when it pours, it really pours. Like we had to stop and hide when we were in Krabi.
It was literally insane.
Scooter.
It was insane.
And this is the problem.
However, the advantage is that the prices will generally be much lower. So if that's something you would like, go ahead.
It's not the best idea though.
It's not.
Now let's compare a bit the high season and the low season. We visited Thailand in the high season, the absolute peak. And beyond the main attractions being completely packed during the peak times of the day, it really wasn't that bad. For example, in Maya Bay, which is one of the most famous places in Thailand, we came at the earliest tour in the morning and it was fine. Sure, when we were leaving, it was completely packed.
It was packed when we were leaving.
But if you do things in the morning...
But when we came, it wasn't that many people, so...
Yeah, so do things in the morning and you're probably gonna be fine. There's one more thing. Book your hotels in advance for Thailand in the peak season because they get booked out fast and they're gonna be super expensive if you're not on time.
Especially if you want something really good and for a good value for money. And now low season, it's because it's usually rainy season. So the prices will be much less, and you might have seen those videos from beautiful resorts in Krabi and Phuket, like for such a small price, which is great of course, but there's a high chance it will be also very rainy and you're gonna get that beautiful sunny shot just like
15 minutes.
Yeah. Just to post on IG, right? So keep that in mind. We personally wouldn't do it, but if you can't visit at any other time, then you might as well do it. Maybe you will be lucky one. So
we were lucky one day.
Yeah, one day in PP Island.
One day.
For example, we trusted that information when we visited Phuket and Krabi the second time, and we weren't even in the heart of rainy season. It was like pre-rainy season, and yet we had few weeks of constant rain, like whole day, every day. We were driving around Phuket in our car, just trying to find one spot on the island where it's not raining. And spoiler alert, we didn't manage to find one. Same thing in Krabi. We actually missed so many attractions there. We just got ready to go hike Dragon's Crest mountain, do the hike and all that, and we've been stopped. Apparently it's closed because of the rain. Yeah, it's not worth it.
However, there's a trick because low season does not apply to the whole country. Of course, again, it's complicated as it's again region by region, So now we're gonna give you the best time to visit Thailand for specifically a beach vacation by region.
Because it's not rainy everywhere.
Let's begin with the Gulf of Thailand, and those are the islands of Koh Samui, Koh Phangan and Koh Tao.
Which are very pretty, by the way.
The best time there is from April to October, at least if you ask us. It's the best time. There's very little rain or almost no rain. If it is, it's maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour in the afternoons. And beyond that, it's a very pleasant time to be there. Enjoy the beach. You're gonna meet a bit of the summer crowd from Europe, which is in July and August, coincidentally connected to the summer holidays. But beyond that, it's a beautiful time to be there.
Although that will be the hot season in those islands, and specifically in Koh Phangan, we had experience where shallow water was boiling. And we're not exaggerating, it was literally boiling.
It was insane.
So, the water is so freaking hot, it's like you're in a jacuzzi. But for real.
Sauna.
So much for a refreshment.
I'm done with beaches. Let's head to the lakes. Luckily, Koh Phangan has many beaches, so you can find deeper ones. Even though that's the best time to visit these islands in our opinion, the driest time is actually from January to March, although January is still kind of the end of the monsoon, so I wouldn't really count on that being the best time.
Bad time to visit this region would be November and December because it's monsoon season, although funnily enough it's less rainy than some other places in rainy season.
Especially in the last few years, they barely had any rain, even in the time where it's supposed to be, which is maybe not the best, but yeah. As for the south,
which is Phuket, Krabi, Phi Phi, Koh Lanta, and basically the Andaman Sea area.
there the best time to visit for a beach vacation is November to April. It's gonna be the driest, it's gonna be the best time to do anything outdoor, day trips, boat trips, everything is gonna be.
Although you have to know that in the last few years, November was kind of bad for visiting. So if you want to play it safe, count from December onwards. Months to avoid this area is May to October. And we have a pretty good experience for this one. It was on Phi Phi Islands, it was first few days of June, and we almost died. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but at that point, to me, it seemed like we're gonna die. So we wanted to do a boat trip to this one beach.
A very beautiful beach right behind us. It's maybe a 10-minute boat right there. But there's no boats to take us there. No one wants to go because supposedly there's big waves on the beach, even though this, as you can see here, is quite smooth. There's very shallow waves. They're not that high, but they're high. So now we cannot go. No one wants to take us.
No matter how much money we offered. And then we found one lucky one who decided to take us. And as soon as we left this beautiful and peaceful bay, the terrible waves started. The boat was going like this. Yes, it was really going like this. It was so scary. I have traumas from that experience, honestly. And then when we got to the beach, it was actually very wavy, so we couldn't bathe, and it was full of trash because, of course, the strong waves kind of bring the trash, and nobody is coming to clean it because, well, nobody is visiting it. I wouldn't recommend.
Speaking of which, this is also the time where some places close in the south of Thailand. Yeah, you heard that right. Maya Bay, for example, is closed in August and September, and some of our favorite islands, which are Similan and Surin, are closed from mid-May to mid-October. So that's quite a big time that they're closed. And judging by our experience...
Probably because of those big waves, so it won't be safe.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. And now the best time to visit is Gulf of Thailand, which is Strat Islands, Kood, Koh Chang.
Our favorites.
I almost didn't want to share these with you because I love them so much and they're so pretty. But here we are, we're sharing our secret.
Anyway, the best time to visit these islands is from November to February, and March and April are still kind of okay-ish.
And the time to avoid them is May to October because it's rainy season, but also these are not that much visited as the others. So many things will be closed, like restaurants and accommodations as well, and similar. So
since the season is so short in these islands, that also means you have to book your accommodation far in advance because there's not that many of places to stay. So don't wait.
We know of people who wanted to visit, but then couldn't because they just couldn't find accommodation in that time.
I mean, we almost stayed without.
We almost stayed without. Kind of found something last minute, but don't recommend that either.
Okay, now we've covered the islands, the beaches, and outdoor stuff in the south of Thailand. It's time to move somewhere else.
To the north of Thailand. So north of Thailand has a lot more places than just Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai and Pai. You're gonna see more of that in our future videos. It's really beautiful places. Basically, the best time to visit north of Thailand is November to February. One very important thing to know is that they have burning season. That's basically when they burn the fields and everything will be full of smoke. So if you have problems with breathing, this is a time you want to avoid that area, definitely. We've been in it during Vietnam and it's really bad because everything, like you are driving through the smoke everywhere. And that's basically from months of March to May. So remember, avoid it at that time. And another thing, rainy season, of course, which is from June to October. And yeah, it can get pretty bad. We visited Thailand in September. We went to Chiang Mai and we thought it's gonna be fine because it's like end of rainy season, but it ended up being really bad and that area was very flooded. Like the center of Chiang Mai was basically underwater, a few meters even. So it can get pretty bad at that time.
It was raining throughout the night and we woke up to a river right next to our cottage.
That was not here yesterday.
So our cottage is right there, there's Ariana. And this is how far the water has come. Then the water is supposed to be just there. There's the river going there. And it's all water now. Right up to the property.
So again, as you can see, the ideal time to visit north of Thailand is again quite short. Lastly, it's time to cover the central part of Thailand, which is Bangkok and the area around, Kanchanaburi and a few other places. The best time to visit there is November to February, yet again. The hottest months in Bangkok and the central part of Thailand are from March to April, and it's boiling. And the absolutely worst time to visit Bangkok and the area around there is July to October. Again, monsoon season, rainy season, it's gonna be rainy, it's not gonna be enjoyable.
Although in Bangkok, it can kind of be okay as well because you have a lot of indoor activities. So if that's the only time you can visit, I guess it can kind of be okay.
It can work.
And now one bonus, if you're visiting Thailand in the hot season, there is this one amazing festival great for refreshment, trust us. It's called
Songkran in Thailand!
That's basically their Thai New Year, but also known as Water Festival. So basically, you guess it, you are throwing water one on another. And it's many times iced water. It's gonna be cold. It was freezing cold. A great refreshment, like I said. The main places to celebrate are Phuket, Thailand, Phuket, Bangkok, and Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai being the most popular, but it's gonna be crazy. Like really, really crazy. And we wanted to avoid that, so we celebrated in Koh Samui in a more local environment. You can see that video on our YouTube. It was very fun and something we definitely recommend.
Songkran Festival happens every year on the 13th of April, so if you have time to come at that time, do that, because it's so fun.
It is. We in the spirit of Songkran.
Fun fact, so you might see Asians and generally Thai people covering up from the sun to protect themselves, but if we did that, we would be completely wet and it would not work. We're not used to the heat as much as they are. We would be sweat and stinky.
We still cover up when we're on scooters or similar because we want to protect ourselves from the sun, but we do get very wet and stinky.
I cannot imagine covering up and being fine with that.
And basically, that's it. Now you know when to visit Thailand, when not to visit. And even if you're visiting in bad months, you know what to expect. Basically, if you're coming in the low season or rainy season, just be a bit more flexible with your schedule.
Yeah. Don't count that you're gonna do everything in that exact day that you put it. You might have to wait a bit.
So I hope these tips helped you to be prepared. And of course, if you like this video and want to see all the other amazing places we visited in Thailand, then definitely subscribe to our channel to see more videos and put a thumbs up. We would really appreciate it.
If you need help planning your trip, we have around 100 free guides on our website.
And much more is coming.
And much more is coming, so you're free to use them. They're super helpful from our experience, so go ahead and plan your trip to Thailand. In this episode, we're not getting shipped away stuff.
I just figured that we don't have AC and it's getting hot.
Yeah, it's getting hot. It's the hottest part now. Stop laughing! We're never gonna finish. Come then. Come then.
I give up.
Okay, tomorrow morning. I'll read in the meantime.
I get because I see you looking at me.
I won't.